Hi friends, I'm in the studio and I wanted to film a quick little flip through that might actually be a little bit longer than I had intended, but it is a flip through of my Archer and Olive planner, and I'm using this as a memory keeping device. It's not really future planning, and I know a lot of you are stumped as to what to do with your planners now that we are in this uncertain time. So I thought I would shed some light on some ideas that you can use your planners for, no matter what planner you're using. I believe that we can use them as a reference and as a guide and as a memory holder, all those good things, and we don't have to abandon our creative practice. In fact, I think now is a great time to be able to express ourselves creatively, and what better way than a notebook / planner. You can write down your feelings, you can splash some paint on it, you can use your stickers. I feel that during this time of uncertainty, it is essential that we get creative. So whatever you have, if you have a plain notebook, journal, piece of paper, anything, and you see some ideas here that you want to implement, please do. Okay, so I'm going to flip through the whole year because it's just April 1st today that I'm filming this, and I want to try to do this in one take. We'll see how it goes. I'm not too confident in doing so, but I welcome any and all questions. Please leave them below and I will try to answer them. There are links in the description box, but I'm happy to answer whatever you guys come up with. I want this to be very conversational. We're in this together, and I think that if we can live inspired, make bold moves, love fiercely, be radiant, bring the joy, laugh a lot, dream in color, spread kindness, be positive, and shine bright, we'll get through this time, and we will get through it doing our best that we can to stay home, to rest, to grieve, to show up for ourselves, show up for our family, do the things that really light us up from the inside, and not be so attached to all of the outer stuff that maybe has held us back or kept us down or kept us spiraling in some way. I believe that there's plenty of room to grow, and because these blank pages just sort of invited me to stick some stickers on, I think that this is going to be a constant work in progress, just like we are. Anything that you find, ugh, don't worry, be happy, that makes you happy, feel free to put that in. It doesn't have to be something that you fill up in one day. You can certainly work on it as you go. These 2 pages are meant for stickers, anything that is colorful and usually happy, but I liked how this ugh was written. And you know what? We are in a very ugh time period right now. We are going through some ugh things, but I do believe that we can add sunshine and we can shine bright. Here's my note. This is a pocket that I had made at Creativation, discover all that's possible. This will be my brightest year yet. I think even in dark, uncertain times, I believe this to be true. Here are the 4 words, the guiding principles that I wanted to focus on for 2020: creating, connecting, contributing, and celebrating. And connecting looks a little bit different. Celebrating looks a little bit different, and maybe some of these other ones do too, but I believe that our vision, intentions, dreams, passions, goals, and results can come into better focus now that we maybe have a little bit more time to go deep within ourselves. I feel like we're being called to get creative within ourselves, and then also to live with generous, heartfelt compassion for ourselves. So I'm just going to read a few of these that jump out. Joy and ease, abundant renewal, clarity, calm, optimistic, continue perfecting the art of truly living, to awaken, to understand, to accept, to surrender, which a lot of us are being called to do right now, courage and calm in the chaos, trusting fully that my powerful intentions, hopes, vision, and faith will all together allow my dreams to become my reality. Adaptable, bold, courageous, gratitude and love, creative acts, kindness. We're experiencing the world in a different way now. Live fully in the present, practice essentialism, set healthy boundaries, continue contributing joy to my family, community, the world, simple, sacred abundance, living in alignment for the highest good, sunshine and smiles. Here is the January title page, which has a quote, and this side is a blank dot grid page that I chose to use up bits from the month and just stick it in here, sort of like a collage memory keeping page. because I didn't know what to do with this monthly outlook, I ended up filling in a few things throughout the month, but then going through and using this more of a journal slash place for the Instagram posts that I have saved from source messages, the pattern app. If you've followed me on Instagram, you know that I love the pattern app. I wanted to write down some of the things that really resonated with me. This is from a book. It's called The Power is Within You. It is such an amazing book. Louise Hay is just a wonderfully brilliant woman. I love that she has so many wonderful things to say and so many insights. It says the past only exists in our minds and in the way we choose to look at it in our minds. This is the moment we are living. This is the moment we are feeling. This is the moment we are experiencing. What we are doing right now is laying the groundwork for tomorrow. So this is the moment to make the decision. We can't do anything tomorrow, and we can't do it yesterday. We can only do it today. What is important is what we are choosing to think, believe, and say right now. When we begin to take conscious charge of our thoughts and words, then we have tools that we can use. Remember, the point of power is always in the present moment. I love that. I included Jack's little pencil drawing right here too. If you're seeing stickers that you like, I said so busy. I don't like being busy. I don't like being busy or feeling overwhelmed. And I tried to make sense of the daily doings and things that I was occupied with in January, but it was just a crazy month, and that's just usually how it is. We started off with a little weekend getaway of just me and JC for one night to Ventura. That was a wonderful way to start off the year, but then it was just nonstop. And I realize now that something needed to change and maybe bring light to the fact that our lives don't have to feel overwhelming. We don't have to feel overworked. We don't have to feel the sense of constant overwhelm, like we have to do all these things on our lists. So this is sort of helping me process. This sticker feels very calming and peaceful. The fact that I have time to read this to you and you're watching this video is a wonderful thing. I wrote down, guide yourself to your own light, wisdom, lens of optimism, because I've been thinking a lot about this lens of optimism idea, that my outlook is optimistic for the most part, and people tend to focus on that, and I appreciate that. But it's taken me years and years to cultivate, and it's definitely a practice. So it's not like I'm this naturally optimistic person, because I'm definitely not. I am very cynical deep down, and I have to combat that with positive thinking, positive thoughts, positive sayings, all this stuff that brings in happiness and harmony into my life. Here's the first week of January. Pause, breathe, enjoy, smile, hug, relax, craft, stretch, walk, reflect, believe, surrender. Notice there's no word there that says work your ass off, hustle, don't be healthy, all those things, right? I'm doing these things right now, and this is something that I wrote in early January. That's what I wanted to invite more of into my life. Maybe I need to stretch a little bit more. I definitely need to relax a little bit more, and I believe this is a good time to try to do that. Try if you can not to fill yourself with anxiety and with the chaos that's going on around. Really try to bring in calm for yourself in whatever way works for you. Fill your heart with what's important, forget the rest. What you do is minuscule in comparison with what you choose to think, because your vibration is so much more powerful and you are so much more important. That's Abraham Hicks. Imagine what's possible when you stop doubting yourself. Be brave enough to say yes to the life you want to live. Walk the earth. There are just little things that I wanted to take note of. And you can do this too. You can backlog these things, okay? So maybe you have blank spaces in your planner. Let's figure out a way that you can go in and use your favorite supplies and stickers and the washi tape thing that is in another video that I previously did. There's all kinds of ways to press play in your life. The most satisfying form of freedom is not a life without responsibilities, but a life where you are free to choose your responsibilities. James Clear. And look, we are in a time where we need to choose what we're responsible for. We need to show up for ourselves, show up for our loved ones in the best way we know how. We can really just be okay with just being. And that's something that I have worked on for a while now, and I'm still not that good at it because I'm still trying to do things that make me happy, that make me fulfilled. I still have to work. I still have to you know, make things happen and make things. And that's okay, but the unnecessary pressure and burdens that I've put on myself previously are not going to be allowed anymore. It's just not worth it. This is when we were in Atlanta, and this was the last time that I saw my dad, and he was moved to a different assisted living facility in March. And so we were planning on going in March, but because of everything that's happened, we have been unable to visit him. And I really cherish this time that I know was super special, and really one of those things. For those of you who don't know, my dad has Alzheimer's, and we also found out recently that he has dementia, and it's just been something that has been, you know, a difficult thing, an intense thing to go through, especially across the country. He lives in Atlanta. We try to get out there every other month, but obviously that didn't happen this last time. So holding on to hope and realizing that every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Don't miss out on something that could be great just because it could also be hard. We're all going through a hard time right now. This is when Kobe passed away, and that was really intense for me for a number of reasons. I obviously did not know him personally, but just seeing that he was born in the same year as me and then his life ended in 2020, I think that was very impactful. And I know that he serves as a huge inspiration to a lot of people. I think hit me a lot harder than I thought it would. Today is a good day. Slow down. Origami projects. 2/2/2020 being a palindrome day. House ideas, warmer weather, Jack's art and book projects, Olga cleaning and cooking, pausing and reflecting. Little things that were our daily doings, meeting with an architect, all these like little things that we experienced, I documented, and I didn't realize how, you know, big they were, really. I mean, going to a local nail shop that just opened, that's brand new. Well, obviously my nails are not done anymore, but they are a non-toxic nail shop, and I didn't really see the benefit in that before, but now I totally do. And my nails are obviously plain right now, but when I do get the chance to go back there were no smells there. I felt healthier about doing my nails, but now they're just gonna be naked, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with that. Sorry. I think that's the least of our worries. If you're mad about that and you want to stop watching this, that's okay. Masala dosas, bike rides, you know, going to In-N-Out, Costco, just little things, right? Brunch. And then came February. Jack and I had to renew our passports because we thought we were going to Costa Rica for his spring break, which we were still supposed to be in Costa Rica at this moment, but obviously that has not happened. But there are little things that I also wanted to remember here, from the Sago mini tissue paper that came with his package, a Raven and Lily sticker that came from an order we placed. This quote from Brene Brown: "We chase extraordinary moments instead of being grateful for ordinary moments until hard shit happens. And then in the face of really hard stuff, illness, death, loss, the only thing we're begging for is a normal moment." Which is so timely of now, but this I wrote down in February. Then here is the monthly overview. I did quotes again and things that I had seen on Instagram, the universe, emails that I get. And then because I got a Fitbit, I was tracking the steps for the week at the time. Here I also noted 0 flights for Amy and Jack all month. We were home for this entire month, which I don't think that's really been very common in our lives. And it was made that way because I traveled so much in January that I decided it was nice to just be home for February. Here's a heart that he wrote to Mama. I love you, Mama. So little things that you find laying around, stickers that you want to use, you know, anything that you find that you want to record in here. It's just something that you can put down in your planner and use it as a memory keeping device. I mean, here, Jack said he wished my hair was black again. He seemed really sad about the fresh color. And I just realized that I wrote me instead of my. Sorry guys. He said he wished my hair was black again. See, you can always go back and do those things too. Fall in love with taking care of yourself, mind, body, spirit. Watching dance videos of Old Town Road and Senorita with Jack. Working in the house, Jack writing books, and his cool outfit. Date night at Uzumaki, It's a favorite sushi place. And then we had a little photo booth at Platform Kid Left event that I did some creative projects for. We made cards and did some crafty stuff. And there was a photo booth that Jack went into the traveling photo bus, and I cut it into a heart and just stuck it in there. In order to get where we want to go, we have to start from where we are. And I actually wrote down the number of steps that I was taking. My goal was 10,000 a day, but sometimes that didn't happen. I wrote down what we did for dinner, and we had 2 date nights in a row. Little things, big things. We did Valentine's Day crafting with Jack's classroom. You can do it with ease. Take epic chances, enjoy every moment, full of gratitude. We went to a Clippers game. That was the last Clippers game of the season that we got to see. It says, cut what you no longer need to create room for what you love. Your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds. You can either grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Here's something funny that Jack said. I love you more than anything, even my iPad. These are good things to record, right? Always find reasons to laugh. Jack got 3 little notes from Kayla at school. One says, love with Jack. Not so funny stuff, coronavirus. So this was the first time I put in coronavirus in my planner, which was last week of February. This was actually, I think, yeah, Friday, February 28th was the day. That morning, JC said to me, hey, maybe you should go to Costco and pick up some supplies. And I didn't feel like going to Costco because we had just gone this day, so a week before. So we got toilet paper, we got plenty of supplies from Costco the week before, but he had said that he really thinks that we should go stock up. So we went to Target, didn't buy anything outrageous, but just got some basics, and we didn't stockpile. Even when we went to Onward, I don't think that we even really thought about coronavirus that much. I mean, we went into a theater for the screening and went to an event and didn't even know what social distancing meant at this point. Starting off, I just stuck this I voted sticker there, and that was because I mailed in my ballot. Stay in your healing, a guiding spirit. This is from a magazine. So you can clip out stuff from magazines. You can use your stamps. You can have stickers that you get from different companies. Don't hold back, dear one. Don't stop yourself from creating the most vivid and wildly beautiful existence you can imagine. In the face of change, sit there and pour so much beauty you can barely breathe, until tears of joy wet your eyes, your dreams, the smell of the air, your infectious heart, your pure intent. Feed it with more love than you have ever experienced before. Sarah Blondin. This says, let's rebel against a hectic lifestyle and slow down to enjoy life. Focus on what really needs to be done and let go of the rest. Leo Blvd. I don't know if that is how you pronounce his name, sorry. But he's from Zen Habits. That's, I think, what I was trying to say before about being busy and really trying to take the time to take a collective pause, all of us. Like, we are in a time where we need to make sure that we don't necessarily give in to the chaos, right? Less panic, more purpose. Okay, so this is the March monthly. It's kind of all over the place. This was a note that my mother-in-law left for us because they were staying with us in the guest house for few months. They've been here since mid-December. We had to change plans of them going back to Pittsburgh, and he was able to get them home safely, and he was able to get back too, which you'll see in a second. But there's so many things that are here. There's a lot, right? Discover your ability to be enthralled by the smallest things, grow through reflection. The less we try to control the chaos, the more at peace we are with the madness. And that's a quote from Madeline Beck. Here is the first week of March, which some of you may have seen on Instagram. Very colorful. Splashes of watercolor were put down first and then just sort of added to it. Collect beautiful moments. It's a time of expansion and greatly magnified perception. I'm not sure where I heard that or if it was just a thought that came in my head. Usually I try to reference things. So sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. Mark Black. This was the week that I started to take everything very, very seriously. Not that I wasn't taking it seriously before, because we literally went to Target and Costco, JC and I, on Wednesday night. There were empty aisles. People were stockpiling, people were freaking out, and I was trying not to, but then we decided to go to Target too, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure they'll have toilet paper, because they just had it. Like, they just had it on Friday. I saw it there. I just didn't buy it, okay? This was Friday. They just had it. Nope, they were out of toilet paper, paper towels, all cleaners, everything. You know, I took it seriously enough, but I also didn't realize, I don't think any of us did, it wasn't really until this week, like I said, that I started taking it seriously. I mean, even on Monday, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to PlannerCon, all this stuff on Friday. My mom was supposed to fly out on Thursday. And then Tuesday is when JC emailed me this article about why Northern California is taking it more seriously and taking so many more precautions than Southern California. And that article in the LA Times got me thinking that, oh my goodness, we cannot get together at PlannerCon. There's no way this can happen. We shouldn't be traveling. My mom shouldn't be traveling. All this stuff. This is when things got real for me, right in these days, sort of. And then Wednesday night, the NBA suspends its season. They went from talking about maybe not having people in the stands, not having fans there and just playing basketball. But no, they suspended their entire season. It was announced that Tom Hanks has COVID-19 in Australia with his wife, Rita Wilson. A lot of things were changing at the time. I mean, we went to get massages that day, and that is so crazy to me because I was still taking it seriously, but I knew that to combat the stress for myself, I needed to go get a massage and take my mom with me. And that's what we had planned on doing. The place was empty. There was one other customer there getting a massage. I had already put these stickers down. I just kept them in there. I wasn't there. On Friday, the day that I was supposed to fly out, we went to Costco, had a crazy occurrence at Costco. That same day, it was declared a national emergency. And I had taken my mom to 4 different grocery stores because they were out of stuff. The lines were insane. We were home. And basically, since this day, we had been home. So I'm counting this as day 1 because even though I had to drive JC to the airport with his parents to fly them home, he was back on this day. Jack and I didn't go anywhere. I mean, we were home, basically. Somebody ran a stop sign and hit my car that day. And yeah, so there's that. A little bit about the accident. She was looking down. She was not paying attention. She says that she wasn't looking down at her phone, but I saw her going through the stop sign when it was too late. I was already in the intersection turning because I had come to a complete stop and I was turning and I did not expect somebody to run the stop sign. And so luckily everybody was fine, and that's the most important thing. But it was horrible. But I just remember thinking, I'm so glad she hit my car instead of a pedestrian. And it could have been anybody. Somewhat glad that it was me and nobody was hurt. Jack was in my car. I waited till the police came, and you know, obviously it was just a whole big mess. And she was not well. She was not in a good place. She was yelling and screaming. And luckily there was a witness, because she accused it of being my fault because I was the one turning left, but she literally did not even stop at the stop sign. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. This is sort of when it started the new normal because JC set up his office in our master bedroom and we're efforting to flatten the curve and we're staying home. We didn't have the stay-at-home order until this week, I believe. It was Thursday that said our governor announced the safer at home mandate. Or order, I guess. But yeah, so this is where things got a little bit different. Social distancing, alone together, flatten the curve, self-quarantine, COVID-19, distance learning, shelter in place, home all week. There were terms that we hadn't really dealt with on a daily basis, but they were being used a lot. So the good thing is that we found a lot of good throughout these days. It's funny, I stamped lucky before any of this happened, right? Because of St. Patty's Day. There were things that were helping me cope and get through it. Lunch doodles with Mo Willems. I think creativity was really calling me on a different level. And I think that in a lot of ways, creativity saves a lot of us and is our healthy coping mechanism, but also is a great way for us to express ourselves and to, you know, do this thing called life, right? And look, we saw a huge rainbow this day, and Jack said, because that's what St. Patrick's Day is all about. And I said, look for the good, you will always find it, or it will find you. And I really believe that. You know, we watched a lot of Lego Masters. We watched Knives Out, you guys. It's so good. It's such a good movie. You should watch it. I highly recommend it. You have to pay attention though, and I don't think it's for kids. We did bike rides. Day 9 of self-quarantine, slow down and move with grace. There was lots of rain. We had a lot of Lego. JC and I fixed our Wi-Fi. Here was Jack's first week of spring break. Look to optimism. Home is our sanctuary. I want to remember Jack wiggling his loose tooth while learning to play Old Town Road on the piano via YouTube. Yep, those are the times we're living in. And he pulled out his 3rd tooth. I'm gonna show you in a different video what I did with April because I think it's really fun and you guys can do it. Here is where April starts, and I already did the last 2 days of March. And here we are today, April Fool's Day, which is canceled. 11 years with JC. I'll show you also how this page came together in the next video. Create your own healing. Remember that you are beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this very, very long video. And I hope you have some ideas on how to fill up your planners, get creative, and really just do what you need to do to help bring more light into your life and into those around you. Stay home, be well. I am thinking about you guys, friends. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. I am rooting for you. I hope you feel inspired to keep those creative juices flowing. See the good. Thanks, friends. One last thing, you only need one ray of light to chase the shadows away. And that's from a book, a fiction book that I'm reading. Oh, one more, of course. Hello, it's a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in this broken world. Mary Oliver.